What's going on? This is Julian at the Game Fanatics, and we are back with another coffee break. Today I'm actually drinking tea. I've been to a lot of different conferences, not only video games, you know, it gets you right in here, but in between PAX East 2019, which was a couple weeks ago, and going into E3, there's a lot of information that's been coming out, and I want to talk a little bit about that. One of the things from PAX that I was not able to talk about yet is Control. I got to get hands-on time with that. It was a long demo actually for it to be on a show floor at PAX, but in Control you're playing as this character Jessie, who's trying to kind of discover all these things about her past. She's working for the Federal Bureau of Control, and if you're familiar with any other of Remedy's games, most namely Quantum Break, you'll see a lot of similarities in kind of mood and gameplay, but this is a lot different. I won't say a lot. It's a decent amount different from Quantum Break, where Quantum Break you have the psionic type powers, where you can kind of alter time and things like that. But there you're really focused on getting from cover to cover, where in Control, if you stay in cover too much, you will die. You really fly around like a superhero. You feel really powerful, and you only have one weapon that kind of transforms into these different modes, where in Quantum Break you had access to all these different types of weapons, but it doesn't feel like that holds it back too much. Like I said, you're really focusing on your destructive capabilities when it comes to your powers and the different modes of this gun. Really excited to see that. I believe it comes out in November of this year, so really excited to play that. I had a lot of fun with that. There was Days Gone, and then there were a lot of small games that were really a lot of fun. Then you have some reboots or sequels like Streets of Rage 4 that really bring me back to my childhood. But for all the rest of those PAX interviews and information, go ahead, check out the site, check out the YouTube channel. We had a lot of interviews. We had a lot of fun at PAX. And I can't wait to next year, or PAX West actually. But outside of that, there's been so much information coming from the Microsoft side, the Sony side. I'll start with Microsoft since it's not as much. Recently they did announce the Xbox One X or Xbox One S all digital edition. A lot of people are joking about how that just translates into sad. But that will be releasing in May for $250. The MSRP is lower than the Xbox One S with the disc drive, but I mean, you can find a One S for $200 or below. So I'm really wondering what Microsoft is trying to accomplish with this. I mean, you will get some people who, just off the simple fact that it's new, will try it out. You have parents out there. I mean, and it's still a good deal. It comes with 3 games: Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, and it may be Crackdown. I could be wrong. I'll put it on the screen if I am. I mean, but it's somewhat exciting, just showing us we're getting closer to that all digital future. But I am a fan of having that physical media, at least for some of my games. But that's one thing Microsoft announced. They also announced that they will be having their Fan Fest again this year at E3. That's going to be really big. And I don't know. I'm really excited for E3. But speaking about that, we're going to move over to the Sony side of things. Of course, they're not going to be there, but they did have maybe about a month ago, had a state of play where they just showed, really, it seems to be focused on that specific episode or stream seemed to be focused on more of their VR content. But recently, Mark Cerny had an interview with what site was that? I'll have to look that up. I'll put it on the screen because I forgot. But he really went into detail about a lot of the specs that are going to be a part of the PlayStation 5. Now, this thing really is going to be a beast. I mean, granted, I think everything has to be a beast going into this next generation. A lot of people are expecting, at the very least, full 4K, 30 frames per second. I mean, some people may be okay with the 1440p with 60, but at the very least, solid 30, full 4K, no questions asked. And it really seems like this console will be able to do it. They even said that there would be some ray tracing possibilities in there. Now, I think it was AMD? Well, I was watching the Digital Foundry video, and they actually talked about the fact that ray tracing is coming to previous cards. It will be in a software kind of version, and so far, performance doesn't look great, but the fact that they're able to go back in software and kind of add this ray tracing type of deal is really exciting, and going into the future, it makes it more feasible to think that a console will be able to have this ray tracing technology. And if you don't know, ray tracing is basically like a lighting technology used for a lot of like real-time lighting situations. So it looks really cool. It was kind of one of the big pushing points or big selling points on the RTX. I keep saying, well, yeah, I think it was RTX, the 20 series cards. So there's a lot of information in that article. I'll try to drop a link below to that. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we're getting ready for E3. Right now, we only know. Oh, okay, we know Sony won't be there. EA has been out for a while, but EA still has an event around that time. Sony, it looks like they're really starting to focus on next gen. They may not have too much to show. Days Gone will be released by the time E3 gets here. Then you have The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding. I think those are the main big titles that we're waiting to see more of, or more from the Sony camp. I mean, but I don't really think anybody is going to have too much as far as this gen goes. Microsoft will have a little bit more leeway. They'll most likely show more Halo. They will show more Gears, and then they'll have a Gears multiplayer event the day after E3 ends. What else? I mean, anything else I would think would have to be next gen. I mean, this gen, like I said, they have Ori, they have Gears, and that's all I can think of. Most likely maybe Battletoads. We'll see more of that, but everything else I really believe is going to be next gen. So I'm really excited. I'll be keeping my eye out and ear to the ground, or whatever you want to say, for more information, and I will bring that to you. Again, thanks for joining me for another coffee break, tea time, whatever you want to call it. And for more information and more news, stay tuned to the Game Fanatics. See you later.